for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. While this game caps off the regular season, how that season is remembered will be impacted greatly by what happens in this game. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on a team from the SEC, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. Here he comes. This is a gamble. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Back to pass. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And we talk to teams week after week and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that one.
Now backed up in their own end. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Keeps looking downfield. He throws one to the left. Wide open, he makes the catch. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. So now with 1st and goal, let's see what LSU does here.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They give him the rock again on 2nd and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the entire field and you put 6 up on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll run it from the gun. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Red pass, it's complete. There he goes. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a 1st first down at the 29.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. But you have to find a way to create some hesitation on defense when you're selling the draw play, and they just didn't do it well enough there.
Yeah, it's got to be the offensive line and the quarterback and the running back. They all have to work together to show pass set up front, act like it's a throw for the quarterback, not rush it, but the defense clearly not fooled, got in the backfield, got the tackle for a loss.
The Horned Frogs line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quarterback on the keeper. At midfield, he's got room. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back could get some positive yards.
And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Needs it to keep this drive alive. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. It might be a gamble to go for it on 4th down. With that distance, it's a real gamble to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, I don't think the defense was ready for it. I know I certainly wasn't. I don't know about you guys. I thought that was going to be a throw, but it caught him off guard running the football, and they're able to keep this drive alive.
Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Horned Frogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
The Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Back has it. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting a run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
They'll try the run. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Quick completion on the out. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
big third down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on third down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him, and he can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
Unloads to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's key. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Keene. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
They're going to run it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Snagged out of the air. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled it.
Picked off to stop the threat. Got some room to run. The 40. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
Defense is about negative plays, creating negative plays and creating turnovers. What a great job. Not only creating the interception, but doing something after it. You see the blocks after the interception, returning almost back to the house, and now you set your offense up with great field position.
So on offense, you've got to find a way to put 6 up on the board. You know that in this game, field goals may not get it done. So big-time players make big plays in big games. Who can you rely on?
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. LSU doing what it always does when they're really good, moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, trying to find that physical. They get so many great players across the country. LSU has the pick of people in Louisiana. Everybody wants to come there, and you can tell they always find great talent, and they're always able to run the football.
A fun postseason battle here. Deadlock at the end of the first. Here's a quick check of the stats so far. We've got a good one on our hands here. Let's hope we keep those good vibes going here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the knee.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. And that's why that one fell incomplete.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Nice completion, nice short gain. Now it sets up 3rd down. And wait a minute, 3rd down now becomes, we're going to go for it on 4th down anyway, so it really doesn't matter that much. Great job getting a little chunk. Now we get to go have some fun.
Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. And the Horned Frogs decide to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Now on the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. He's got an open man. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
That's a really nice job hauling that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry. They all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all 3 levels of the secondary.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end, that team, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Grabs it inside the 15. He's brought down the 1. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space, and allowing him to go to work.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! Climbing up to tack one more onto that lead. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
No doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running this route. Great result because of it.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. The Horned Frogs moving quickly to the line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Snagged in the middle. It's Pacheco. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. And the Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. The offense in hurry-up mode. To the air on 2nd down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, TCU! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Slings it. Got it in the middle. It's Huber. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down. One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
This time he's got it. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time.
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Lets it fly. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. On the move, it's Cuber. Got enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Oh, he's got a chance. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. LSU looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Using his feet to buy time. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. He slides that just inside the right upright. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out
there. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And the defense catches a break on that one. And this guy's not a superstar, but he's pretty dang reliable. And we talked to them about this guy. Like, he's kind of the security blanket for the quarterback. And
oh, he's got some space. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Marked it out of bounds at the 46. The Horned Frogs want to move quickly. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the catch.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
He makes the grab. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the 1st down. They just keep firing. He'll take a deep shot here. He's got it on the left. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. And the Horned Frogs line it up with a 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. Spits it out to the back. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And that was was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
Returner will field it and try to get some field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. The running back has it. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And I don't mind this coaching staff and their decision to stay aggressive here with the lead at the end of the first half. You've got a quarterback that, in my opinion, has earned the right to throw the ball in these situations, but you've got to be...
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
You know, we're only in the first half of this football game, and already this offense has had tons of success throwing the football. The defense has to disrupt his rhythm, and they finally do there, getting the sack. They've given up 3 TD passes.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Middle linebackers, they're middle linebackers because they're right in the middle of the defense. You put guys that have a nose for the football because they literally line up over the football every single time. They play the run well, and the run do this. How about this? Rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, getting the big sack.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Pocket breaking down. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. And they're trailing on the scoreboard right now, but they are very much in the mix to finish this season with intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Man, I feel for this quarterback. I've been there before. I mean, you're playing at night. It's super cold. It's going to be hard to execute these passes. That one got away from the QB, and he throws a pick.
Looking to the big tight end. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
You always try as a player to say the weather means nothing. Cold is a mentality. It hurts, okay? The ball feels like a rock. It gets super hard. It's really hard for quarterback.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10.
Linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. The Horned Frogs backs come to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, give on the inside. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And the Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. They'll leave it with the lone back. Turning it on! And a nice run there before the defense finally makes a stop.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks on the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice gain for this offense and make 2nd and short so much easier, so much more manageable. It just allows your quarterback to take a breath and accelerate.
LSU will get a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Give to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing to the right, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the 2nd half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down.
Snag in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
TCU 21.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not...
And it's his 4th interception of the night. Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. They'll go back to work on offense. They'll leave it with him. Breaks into the open. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield, go down to the next level, try to sneak in a big play.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Give to the back. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Tigers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown LSU! And the punishment has been extended.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
They almost had another interception. They're trying to set records out there.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
The Horned Frogs will punt it away on 4th down. He's got it. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Makes it past the marker. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. On the move at the 30. All by himself down the middle. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers! This is his personal resume reel, trying to win the Bolitnikoff Award or something.
Highlight after highlight after highlight. He's going to go to social media. He's going to post these. Hey, a lot of likes, a lot of love, a lot of shares with those plays.
TCU 21.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Didn't get anything done. 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Another incompletion on third down.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. To the ground with the back. Shakes off the defender.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. On the ground, it's Cuber. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Right back to the well. There he goes. All down at the 38-yard line and a big pickup of 15 yards there.
Right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Wow, 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And this beatdown is close to completion as we reach the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Power football with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
I like this idea by the offense, using the jet sweep, and you're trying to take a receiver with all of his speed and get him on the outside and get him in space. That puts so much stress on a defense. I'd expect to see this offense dial the play up more.
From the shotgun, the inside give. All things considered, he's probably lucky to be back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
It's good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He leaves it with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Goodness, that is the way you blow up a play quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, cause direct. That had to be a blown assignment. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Running back searching for a hole. Nowhere for him to run again, and now 4th down is going to be a tough one.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
And the Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The run to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far. So can they build on that one? Can they create some turnovers here in the second half to get back in this game?
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
He has been the go-to guy on offense all game long. And on a critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter, surprise, surprise, guess who they go to? That guy.
Running behind that left side. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock. And they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Zings it complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Here's the return. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Maybe picked up a couple as he gets to the 14. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He is going nowhere as the defense is manhandling this running game. The Horned Frogs will punt this one away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
The give to the back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never forget.
Won't forget it. Loved working with you guys. Loved being in the booth. Loved covering these football games. I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement in college football surrounding the sport, man. Let's just keep loving on it.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw on 3rd. Got a man. It's Gilliam. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it and make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
Got his man quickly.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
Handoff from the gun. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee.